Hello, and welcome back to another video. If you are new to my channel, welcome, and let me introduce myself to you. My name is Quania, and I blog about natural hair care, holistic health, and lifestyle. My overall goal is to help you to balance out your entire body so that you can have a healthy hair growth journey and your health is great, okay? That is my focus. So on my channel, you will find all things to help you to balance yourself, mind, body, and soul. Okay, so let's jump right into it. In this video today, I'm going to be talking with you about deodorants. Are deodorants harmful? Absolutely, depending on whether you are using a natural deodorant or a chemical-filled, toxin-filled deodorant. So, just to give you a little bit of history on a regular deodorant, okay? There are things that are put into our deodorant to help us, supposedly, and I guess it kind of does, but that's where the trick comes in. It helps with one thing, but you're gambling your health. What I mean by that is this: I actually have a deodorant here that I have had for a very long time in my home. I also have a natural deodorant that I wear, and I'm going to do a review on that shortly, but I'm first going to jump on this normal regular deodorant, okay? And I'm not going to say the brand because I do not want to cause any type of uproar, but I am going to talk about the ingredients of this deodorant so that you can look at your own if you're using non-natural deodorant and see if you have these harmful ingredients in your deodorant. Okay, so here's what the back of this one looks like. Jumping into the ingredient list here, we have aluminum, which is an anti-perspirant. So, perspiring is a natural way that our body rids of toxins. We urinate, we sweat, okay? We also do number 2. So our body has a system already in place to help us to flush out the toxins that we consume from our foods, from things that we put on our bodies, things that we breathe in, okay? Our body has a natural defense system, our immunity system, our lymphatic system, our lungs, our liver, our digestive system, everything in our body works together to rid the body of toxins. So here we go, we're feeling musky and we need something to help us out. We're sweating, we don't want to sweat. That's terrible, guys, right? We don't want to sweat, we don't want to be funky, so we run to the store and we pretty much find a deodorant that works for us, and we do not think about the ingredients. Now, some deodorants say that they will last a very long time. Do you understand that? Why would it last a very long time? What is in that deodorant as to why I will not sweat for 24 hours or my body can't push out what I do not need for 24 hours, okay? So in this aluminum does just that. It helps you to not be wet under the arms, but at the same time, you are clogging your pores under your arms, okay? You're clogging that. And over time, you probably notice tenderness, okay, around the breast area. You may notice knots underneath the arm. Do y'all ever get any of those? Knots, okay? Also too, parabens in deodorants have been linked to breast cancers, different cells and tissues in the breast. You know, parabens have been linked to that. So although we are using something that is supposed to help us and stop us from sweating and being funky, we are also harming ourselves. Is my life worth it? Is my life worth not sweating today? I don't think so, okay? I don't think so. So, on to the other thing. I'm going to share the natural deodorant that I use in a moment, but before I share my store-bought one, I started making my own deodorant. And in my hometown of Vidalia, Georgia, I'm no longer there. I've relocated to Tennessee, but my dream state, I'm manifesting my dream state, you guys. I'm here. So anyway, I was making my own with bentonite clay. I went through a couple of different recipes to see what works for me, and I found some that worked and some that did not work. I sold a lot of it to people in my community, and it worked for some and others it did not. And so I studied why. Why isn't this natural deodorant working? And I learned very quickly, well, we're unique. So it all depends on where your body is at the time, and how toxic, how many toxins and things you're full of, your diet, things like that. So even with myself, when I first started wearing my natural deodorant, I was sweating like crazy, but I didn't smell funky. I smelled like a lavender essential oil, because that's the oil that I use for my scent. That's another thing in regular deodorants. Fragrance is a part of it. Fragrance, no. So try to steer clear of that. If you want to have a scent, find something that is scented with an essential oil, something that's beneficial for you. So I started wearing my natural deodorant, and I was musky. Just keeping it real, I was musky. My husband didn't complain, but he didn't have to. Okay, I knew that I was stinking. Just keeping it real, but I was determined to figure out a way to make it work. So I had to wash my underarms a few times a day, and then something just clicked, like, gosh, Kwanya, you detox your body, maybe you need to detox your underarms. So that's what I did. I stopped wearing my natural deodorant, and I started detoxing my underarms, and I also changed my diet. So eventually I noticed that I could wear my natural deodorant and not have an odor. Did I sweat? I did. Absolutely, I did sweat, but it wasn't funky. And there's different things that you can put into your natural deodorant that can help you with the perspiring. And but for the most part, odor, just me getting rid of odor, is what I needed. My diet played a huge role in that, and detoxing helped me in a major way. I'm going to also share with you how to detox in a moment. So I'm going to share with you this natural deodorant that I purchased from a herbal store that I just love, called High Garden in Tennessee. It's located in Nashville, Tennessee. Oh man, it's amazing in there. They have a kombucha bar. They have a tea bar, because I had drank a tea. I was feeling kind of under the weather, and I went there and got a tea, and just, it's herb heaven up in there. You hear me? I love it. So and I also did like a tonic one time when I was feeling a little bit under the weather. I went by and got a tonic, and it was pretty tasty from the kombucha bar. So here's the deodorant that I purchased from them. It's called Lady Anti-Smell 'Em. And I want to use it all before I did a review on this, just to see, and I used it, every last bit of it. See? I don't know if you can see in there, but it's all gone. It smells great still. But so in this particular one, this is a 3 ounce. It says all natural aluminum free lavender deodorant from Nashville, Tennessee. Let's see what else is in here. It says starring coconut oil, arrowroot powder, baking soda, beeswax, shea butter, and lavender essential oil. I love simple, basic ingredients. So I'm going to tell you the pros and cons of using this natural deodorant. So as I'm reading in the ingredients, well, the pros is you don't have the aluminum that you're applying to your body. We don't need that, you guys. That is going against what our body is trying to do for us. We have to support our body and what it's doing for us to keep us alive, and quit going against the grain. So coconut oil is a great thing that I love to use. Arrowroot powder is another great ingredient. Baking soda can be an iffy one if you have sensitive skin. Also notice that this deodorant darkened my armpits. So I'm going to go back in there. I'm going to detox my armpits, and I'm also going to incorporate some lemon juice to help to lighten my armpits. They're not black or anything. I just know that they're not the shade that I started with. So if I continue to use this and I do not detox my armpits, or do whatever's necessary to lighten them back up, they probably will get darker. So the baking soda, based off extensive research, is one of those things that can contribute to the darkening of the underarms. So you can make your natural deodorants without the baking soda. Usually arrowroot is a substitute, but I'm pretty sure they added arrowroot and baking soda in this for the extra anti-perspirant type thing. So because my deodorants, I used to make one with baking soda or another with arrowroot, and you know, I would sweat with both of them, but for the most part the baking soda one would sometimes irritate me. I do have sensitive skin, so just on certain days when I would apply my baking soda deodorant, my underarms would burn, but I would say no, I'm just going to stick it out. However, the arrowroot worked just fine. You can also use cornstarch as well instead of the baking soda, and I have plenty of cornstarch that downstairs that I have incorporated into some of my natural deodorants. But anyway, the beeswax is also a great natural thing. Shea butter, y'all probably know about that already, is great in the lavender essential oil. So I do walk around smelling like lavender, which is fine with me. It keeps me relaxed. When I hug others, they can smell that lavender. A lot of times they think it's on my hair or something, but no, that's coming from my underarms. So pros is that it's natural, no aluminum going on. I'm confident that this is supporting my health. Cons, it has the baking soda in it, and it turned my underarms kind of on the darker side. They're not really dark, and I will show it to you guys, but I like to shave under my arms, and right now they're not completely all the way fully shaved, so I'm not going to display it publicly. But my underarms are not the same skin tone as they were before I started onto this deodorant. So I am most certainly sure that it is the baking soda ingredient. The next time I go back to the store, I will look for alternatives without the baking soda, and because they do have a few to choose from. I just really want to try that one out. Great product. I just will remove the baking soda from it. So on to detoxing our armpits. This is fun, okay? What you will need to detox your armpits is you will need apple cider vinegar, raw unfiltered with the mother. The mother is pretty much the strains that you will see, so live cultures that you will see floating in your apple cider vinegar. All apple cider vinegar is not created equal. Get the vinegar with the mother in it. I stick with this one. This is what I use, point blank in the period. As you can see, it says right there, with the mother. And I'm pretty sure most of you are very familiar with this as being on a natural hair journey. Apple cider vinegar is a great product for you to use to cleanse your hair, condition, create that shine, things like that. And I run through apple cider vinegar. As a matter of fact, just recently, I messed around and I ate something and then turned around and drank something, and my stomach was like, oh no honey, this isn't gonna work. And I was curled up in my bed. I could not walk, and one of my good friends came through and she said, well, hey, you got some apple cider vinegar? I'm like, yes, in the cabinet. And she brings me a cup of a combination of water and apple cider vinegar, and I drank it, and within 30 minutes time I was up walking around handling my business off of apple cider vinegar and water. So I love it, you guys. So you're gonna need apple cider vinegar, as well as bentonite clay. This is the one that I use. I've tried a few different bentonite clays. I would pretty much go to a Whole Foods store and scoop me some out, but I've noticed that all of them don't quite work well for me, and I found one that does, and I stick with it, which is this one, the Aztec Secret. You should be able to purchase this in your vitamin stores. I will also put a link for you to access this product easily in the description. And this is I would make, when I was making natural deodorant, now I'm more like, hey, I need more convenience, so I just purchase now to try different things. If you know, I love making things, but I'm a mother. I mean, I'm a mother, y'all know how that goes. So anyway, this is how this one looks on the inside. I've made toothpaste with this. I've made you've probably seen my other video where I detox my hair with this. I also take detox baths with this. You guys, I have so much to share with you all. But okay, so you're going to need your Indian healing clay. And it says deep pore cleansing. I'll provide a link for you to find this, so you don't have to go and search the world for it. I'll provide a link for you in the description. And you'll need your apple cider vinegar. And I can also provide a link for you to go directly to a location to purchase this. Okay, take out the work for you. So what you're going to need to do is combine approximately 1 teaspoon of bentonite clay to 2 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar. Approximately, what you're going to have to do here is eyeball your apple cider vinegar as you're pouring it into the bentonite clay. So you're going to need a bowl. Make sure it's not a metal bowl. You're also going to need a utensil to stir. Also make sure it is not metal. You do not want to work with metal utensils or bowls with bentonite clay. Although bentonite clay is able to attach to metals and pull them from our body, and encourage our bodies to detox, you know, you do not want to blend this inside of a metal bowl. It defeats the purpose of you using this clay. So find you something that is plastic. Even some plastics are, gosh y'all, it's terrible. Even some plastics have a lot of different chemicals in them. As a matter of fact, just browsing Walmart recently, I was looking for a tray for my plant, and the plastic said keep from children, and it was just an open plain thing. And as I researched into the plastic, I learned that it could cause cancers. The chemicals in the plastic, if eaten or breathed in, you know, a large consumption could possibly cause cancer. So even our plastics, we have to pay more attention to, you guys. All right, so maybe get you like a storage bowl. Like if you will put leftovers in the refrigerator, use something like that. So you're gonna get you a plastic bowl or a wooden bowl. Perfect. A wooden bowl if you have one, or a cup, and put about 1 teaspoon worth of bentonite clay in there, and then pour your apple cider vinegar into it. You will notice that it will start to kind of like get frothy. It'll start bubbling. Go ahead and stir. The consistency that you want is pretty much just like a mud. Okay, you don't want it super runny. This is going to be placed underneath the armpit, so you do not want it super runny. Now, if you have on deodorant, I would suggest that you go ahead and wipe that off with a rag. I'm sure all of it may not come off with a rag. That's fine. We're about to do a detox, honey, so you are good to go, okay? So once you combine your ingredients, okay, if you have on deodorant, go ahead and cleanse underneath the arm. Put that mixture underneath the arm. Leave it on there for about 20 minutes or until it's dry, and then you're just going to rinse back off. You can do that with by jumping in the shower if that's easier for you, or you can just use a rag. Okay, so I did this for, oh man, let me see, I think I detoxed for about 2 weeks or so before I was able to wear my natural deodorant all day and not be funky by the second hour into my activities, you know. So I had to do that. It is a must. It also helped me to just encourage my body to detox and do what it do. You know, any chance that I have to detox my body, I am doing that. And detoxing does relate to our hair growth. I can get into that too in this video, but I'm not. I want to stick to the deodorant. I will talk about detoxing our bodies in another video. But for the most part, if you want to transition from chemical filled, aluminum, clogging up your pores, getting in the way of your lymphatic system, doing what it do, going against the body, telling the body, not today, you ain't healing today. That's pretty much what we're telling it. I got something for you. Whoop, whoop, boom, boom. Now, good to go. And imagine how long we've been using deodorants. The numbers of people getting diagnosed with cancers is not decreasing. It's not. There's so many different studies going on. There are many different charities and stuff for cancers. And the cancer rate is growing. Just recently, I had a family member of mine to pass from cancer. My grandfather passed years ago from cancer. My dad is now going through, he's been battling cancer on and off for his whole entire life. I'm not gonna say whole entire life, but my dad really wasn't in my life. So as long as I've known my dad, he's been battling cancer on and off. So cancer is something that is increasing like crazy. So if we can help ourselves to just watch what it is that we're putting on our bodies and in our bodies to prevent getting there, because there's so much against us out here in the world, things that we breathe in, our foods, even down to our organic foods. Man, you know, just recently in class, and I'm a student with the American College of Hair Care Sciences, and I graduate next year, and I will be a holistic health practitioner. Whoop whoop. So anyway, in class we have to study the difference between organic food and non-organic food, but at the same time, I also read some information on how there are still pesticides that are approved safer to be used on organic food. How true that is, I do not know. I'm going to continue my research. I don't stop at the first article or the second or the third or the fifth. I'm always researching to figure it out. So even now that I look at organic foods, I'm like, okay, you know, all right, it's better than you know, regular foods. It costs more in lesser quantities. That's another thing. It costs, and it's not that much, especially for big families on a budget. Buying organic could be very expensive when you can get something cheaper. But I'm going to tell you, it is worth it to try. Maybe create some sort of budget for yourself, you know, because we're gambling with our health entirely too much. Do I do everything perfect every day? Absolutely not. I am human. But say if I decide that I'm going to eat something that I know is not healthy for me today, I don't continue that all day. I say, no, I've had enough snacks for today, enough sugar for today, or whatever. You know, balance is everything. So allow yourself to make mistakes. Don't be too hard on yourself about everything, every choice. I don't. You know, I'm human. I just want to live life and do. And if I want to eat a brownie, I want to eat a brownie. But it doesn't mean I have to keep eating brownies. You know, I just wanted that brownie at the time. And the next will be maybe grapes or strawberries or whatever. So there has to be balance. And I teach that to my children. They're to the point now to where they're like, Mom, can we have a healthy snack? They know I'll say yes. Versus, Mom, you know, can we go get a Hershey's bar? Or my 4-year-old, he calls the Hershey bars the Willy Wonka bar. So yeah, so I have to model to my children what it is I want for them to do in their life, and that's watch your health, be mindful of things. I also educate them on all of this as well, so that they can make better decisions. Even the 4-year-old, I educate on different things. So all right, you guys, but that is it. I encourage you to transition from that deodorant. I encourage you to transition from that deodorant. There's a brand that I came across recently. As a matter of fact, I am a distributor with them now called Arbonne. It means from the earth. And we also have a natural deodorant, and I will also put that link in the description for you to go and check that out as well if you're not the type that wants to whip up your own. So that is it for this video, you guys. As I've stated, I'll put everything so you can have easy access into the description box. And thank you all for taking the time to watch this very long video. And if you have not subscribed already, please do. Please share my videos so I can continue to reach others and educate others on what is happening in our world today with our products, our chemicals, our foods, so that we can take back control of our lives and our health. Even our children. Our children are going through so many things. Asthma. As a matter of fact, And I said I was going to end this video, good gracious, but as a matter of fact, I need to share this with you all. In school, we already have numbers as to where the diagnosis rate will be within 5 to 10 years of time. So there's people that already know and expecting you to become sick. Okay, there's money in the industry. There's money that we don't have. We can save a lot of money by taking care of ourselves. We can stop paying for prescription medications because we won't need them because we're taking preventative measures. And we will have the money to go and buy our organic things or to plant our own foods and things like that. That's my ultimate goal, to get some land and to plant my own food. So I just encourage you to be more mindful of your choices. And it helps with your mental health. It helps with your physical health. It helps in your relationships when you are purging yourself of toxins and allowing your body to do what it does, and that's heal itself. Support it, you guys. Support your body in what it's trying to do for you, and that's keep you alive. So thank you all so much. Please subscribe if you haven't. Thanks to all of my subscribers who have been here. I really appreciate you all. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Until next time. Bye-bye.